新的神，新的事将要成就，新的恩典，新的盼望。我们要唱新歌，充满神的荣耀。
As always,
首先要跟大家分享个笑话
I first share with you
让大家轻松一下。
for help you relax.
一个太太叫先生进去房间教他孩子数学，
And a wife told her husband, "Why don't you tutor our daughter in math?"
那先生教了几分钟就大发脾气，
And after the father tutored the daughter for a few minutes, he got really angry.
你怎么那么笨？
And he said, "Why are you so dumb?
简单的题目你都不会。
You don't even understand the topic
就
of
看
this
到那
math."
房间那么乱，
And I look at your room, it's so
你
messy.
懂不懂得整理房间？
You don't even clean your house.
以后你又怎么办？
How are you going to live in the future?
这个女儿看着爸爸说
And the daughter looked at her dad and said,：“
你不用担心，
You don't need to be worried.
我只要
Dad.
嫁一个跟你一样
I just need to marry a man like you.
那么听话的人就好。”
Somebody that listens to his wife.
现在3点一起，我是有价值的，我是可爱的，我是被接纳的，我是被饶恕的，我是有能力的，我是蒙受祝福的，因为我所的牧者，我并不是缺乏，神都帮助我们，谁能抵挡我们呢？我靠着那加给力量的，凡事都能够再一次认真的说，我是有价值的，我是可爱的，我是被接纳的，我是被饶恕的，我是有能力的，我是蒙受祝福的，因为我所的牧者，我并不是缺乏，神都帮助我们，谁能抵挡我们呢？我靠着那加给力量的，凡事都能。愿上帝的应许
And may God's message
临到每一个
enter into every person
相信他应许人的身上
who。believes in his
我
message.
今天要跟大家分享，
Today I want to share with
你
you
拥有你所需要的。
being confident with what you have.
圣经里面说，
In the Bible it
上帝
says
会满足我们一切的需要。
that God will satisfy all of your needs.
圣经在希伯来书
And in the book of
第
Hebrews,
13章21节这样
chapter
说：
13, verse 21,
在各样善事上
it says, "Strengthen, complete, perfect,
成全你们，
and make you what you ought to be,
叫你们遵行他的旨意。
and equip you with everything good that you may carry out his will."
上帝说：
God
我
says,
装备你，
"I am equipping you.
我给你足够的能力，
I'm giving you the strength you need,
足够的资源，
all the assets that you
不
need,
管你需要什么，
whatever you need.
来完成我在你身上美好的计
I
划
will。give it to you so you can complete
我早
my
已
will.
经为你预备好了。
I've already prepared it for you."
但是经常
But oftentimes,
我们把眼光放在我们所没有的，
we look at what we don't have,
我们所缺乏的。
what we lack,
我们心想我们有梦想，
and we think we have a dream in our hearts,
但是似乎我们有足够的资源，
but we don't have enough to complete that dream.
我们有目标，
We have a goal,
那似乎财力不够。
but our assets are not enough.
我们碰到困难，
When we encounter
我
difficulty,
们没有办法克服困难。
we don't know how to surmount it.
我们总是把眼光放在我们所没有的，
We just keep focusing on what we don't
我们
have,
所不能够的。
what we cannot
我
do.
告诉你，当你把眼光放在你缺乏的、
But I tell you, when you look at your insufficiencies,
你不能做的，
when you look at what you
你
cannot
会
do,
错过上帝的恩典跟
you
祝
will
福的。
miss out on God's grace.
你要学习一个功课，
Learn this lesson.
把眼光放在你有的。
Focus on what you have.
你不仅要对上帝有信心，
Not only do you need to have faith in
你要
God,
对上帝给你的有信心。
you need to believe in what He's given.
你说牧师啊，如果我是富二代，我就有信心；
You might say, Pastor, if I'm a billionaire, then I'll have faith.
我出生在比较富裕的家庭，我就有目标。
If I was born in a better family, then I'll have a goal.
上
in
帝，
life.
我之所以不能有完成目标，
This is why I cannot complete my goal.
因为我的背景，
Because of my background.
因为我拥有的这么少，
Because I have such a lack.
我没有足够的聪明，
I don't have a sufficient
我不像
IQ.
我不像某某人长得那么帅，
I'm not like such and such
我
who's
不像
so
某某
handsome
人那么有才干。
or so talented.
经常我们把眼光放在我们所没有的，
We look often at what we don't have.
你要对上帝给你的有信心。
Have faith in what God's
即使
given.
你有的只是一点点而已，
Even if you have a little bit,
只要你仍然相信上帝，
As long as you believe in God
只有你相信上帝会使用仅仅的一点点
and believe that God will use that little you have
来成就他在你身上的计划。
to complete the plan He has for you,
你这样的信心
then your faith
会启动上帝的能力。
will activate His power.
上帝加上你仅仅有了一点点，
God plus your little
会
bit
超越别人拥有了很多。
equals more than what others have.
你的一点点
Your little
加上上帝的恩典，
plus God's
上帝
grace
可以把你推向
equals surpassing,
超过那些拥有很多的人的目标。
equals above and beyond.
你有这样的信心。
Have this faith.
小时候我们家很穷，
You know, I'll tell you this way.
我爸爸经常想，以后我的孩子怎么样才能有出息
We often think, how do we help our kids be successful?
呀？他看看我们没有财产，
And when we think, oh, they don't have talents,
我们没有人脉，
we don't have a lot of
我们
assets,
没有土地，
we don't have land,
我们没有做官的朋友或
we
亲
don't
戚，
have good connections.
我们有什么呢？
What do we have?
我爸爸想一想，
And so my father was thinking
我不
like
要看我
this.
们没有的，
And then my father thought, let's not look at what we don't have.
爸爸想我有5个孩子，
My father thought, you know what I have? I have 5 kids.
这5个孩子就够了。
And these 5 kids are more than enough.
他相信老天给他的孩子
And he believed that the Lord gave him 5
出生
kids.
在这样的环境，
Born in that situation, that village.
这样的长相，
And they look how they look.
这样的能力，
They have the strength that they have.
他相信老天一定有办法
And my father thought there must be a way for my
成就
kids
他
to
心
succeed.
中的梦想，
There must be a way for them to live out the dream I have in
因为
my
他心
heart.
中的梦想是上帝，我向上帝给他的。
And the dream he had in his heart was from
有一
God.
天他带我去看病的时候，
One time he went to see a doctor
他看到那个医生连问都不能问，
and he saw the doctor and he couldn't even talk to the doctor.
看没几分钟出来要付钱拿药的时候，
Saw the doctor for a few minutes and then he has to pay for the medicine.
哇，那个价钱竟然是他1个月要赚的钱，
And the payment was about a month's salary for
而且
him.
还不能讨价还价的。
And he couldn't escape paying that.
那个时候好像不能讨价还价的，
You can't just take the medicine and not pay.
但是我现在可以讨价还价。
Now I can,
有
because I'm a doctor.
anyway， 他心想哇，当医生这么好，
But in his heart he thought, being a doctor is so great.
他心想以后我儿子当医生多好，
If my son could become a doctor,
但是
that
我
would
们
be
什
so
么都
great.
没有啊，
But we had nothing as a family.
我没有好的学校啊，
We didn't have great education.
我没有钱把他送到其他地方去读书啊，
We didn't have savings.
他仍然坚定的相信
But he kept believing.
我们拥有的已经够了，
What we have is enough.
你就使用我们有的，
And let's use what we have.
我们不抱怨，
And let's not be
我们不
negative.
用羡慕别人比我们多，
Let's not be envious.
我们相信我们有的足够了。
And what we have is enough.
是他不断的鼓励我们
And he kept encouraging us.
呀。我记得我大学的时候
And，I remember when I was in college,
在医学院的时候，
when I was in medical school,
医学院要买显微镜嘛，
some people wanted to buy
microscope，
microscopes
所以你经常要拿那个 slide 哈，要回
and
家要看
put a
显
slide
微镜。
under the microscope to look
啊，
at.
那个显微镜很贵啦，在
Those microscopes were
在30年
expensive.
前大概$700啊，
It was about $700,
根本买不起。
and I couldn't even buy it.
但是当你碰到困难的时候
When you experience a struggle in life,
你只要不灰心
as long as you don't lose hope,
总是会找一条出路的。
there's going to be a way.
我经常跟年轻人讲，
And I remember
你就是因为吃太饱了。
somebody said, just because you eat so much,
我经常跟父母讲说，
I often tell parents,
你的儿子不出去找工作，
if your kids don't go and look for work
因为他没有饿到。
because they haven't been hungry
你
before,
让他饿，他就会出去找东西吃了。
if you let them experience hunger, they'll go and work.
他没有钱付邮费，他就会去工作了。
When they don't have money to pay for food, they'll go and
有
work.
时候我们太宠我们的孩子，
Sometimes we spoil our kids
什么都供应他们，
and we give them everything they
以至
need
于他们不懂得需要，
so that they don't know what it is to
以至于
need,
他们不懂得说生活。
or they don't know how to meet their own
我的同学
needs.
都可以买到显微镜
And so I was thinking, how am I going to earn the money I need?
啊，我记得没有，总是有方法嘛。
And oftentimes I didn't have the money I
我
needed,
心
so
想
there's a way to do it.
他们总要有睡觉的时候吧。
And I thought to I thought about how people always sleep at some point in
我
time.
跟同学讲，你几点睡觉？
And I asked them, hey, what time do you sleep?
我晚上1点睡觉。
I usually sleep at 1 a.m.
能不能这样子？
How about this?
1点之后
Before 1,
，after one，
after 1,
我借你的显微镜
I borrow your
microscope。
microscope.
我在1点之后把那显微镜在我的房间里面
And I borrow their microscope
我
after they
是在
sleep.
1点之后看显微镜。
And it was after 1 a.m. that I started to do my studies.
这样也毕业了耶。
And I graduated,
虽然我有的不多，
and even though I didn't have much,
但是我珍惜我有的。
but I used what I had.
我虽然没有钱可以买显微镜，
I didn't have money to buy a
但
microscope,
是我年轻总可以熬夜吧。
but there's a way to squeeze
我
out
总
what
可
I
以等
need.
到1点以后才睡觉吧。
And so I don't sleep, and I use the other
把我的
microscope,
潜能激发出来。
and I can save up my money.
我就这样先毕业了。
And that's how I graduated.
当我要开业的时候，
And when I opened my clinic,
那是1992年的时候
that，was 1992.
银行就7000块钱，7,000 in my
It was about 7,000. I had 7,000 in my
我
bank,
租了一个地方啊，
and I rented a place,
所以房租很便宜，
and the rent was very cheap.
但是要装潢要好几万块钱呐，
But to rent is thousands of
也
dollars.
没有钱，
I didn't have money.
但是总是有方法
But
的，
there's always a way.
上帝总会供应的。
God will provide for you.
后来我当医生了，
And I became a doctor.
我爸爸一辈子的梦想就是我们兄弟当医生啊。
And my dad's dream was for me and my siblings to become doctors.
我爸爸等到我35岁的时候，
My dad waited until I was 35.
大学1007年，医学院
Medical school 7 years.
然後台灣要當兵當2年，
And I had to, go to the military for 2 years
他在
in
台灣
Taiwan.
做醫生做了1年，
And I was a doctor for 1 year.
我到華盛頓大學 University of Washington 我還讀了2年，
And I had to go to University of Washington to study
然後
for
再
2
到
years.
美國的醫院去訓練了4年。
And I had to work in the hospital for
我爸爸
4 years.
我爸爸一直等哎，
My father kept waiting and
哇，
waiting.
他想說醫學院畢業之後大概就可以開始賺錢
He
了，
thought maybe after medical school I could be a doctor.
沒有想到這個孩子還跑到美國來，
He didn't realize that his son was going to go to the
還
U.S.
讀了2年的碩士，
and keep studying.
後來進入醫院去實習，還4年的時間，
An intern at a
好
hospital.
不容易等到35歲，
And he
我
finally
30
waited
歲
until
啊
I was 35.
，1992年。
And in 1992,
我很高興的從 USC 的住院醫師畢業了。
finally I could graduate from USC.
我挺起胸膛說世界我來了。
I said, society, here I come.
終於就是我出頭天的時候，
Now I can poke my head out and work as
我
a
爸爸
doctor.
等了35年了，
My dad's waited for 35 years.
終於開始了我的診所。
Finally I can open my clinic.
沒有想到，
And he didn't realize,
好幾個月的時間，
after many months,
我竟然入不敷出嘞。
I couldn't even pay my own rent.
房租加上請小姐、水電還要報稅
My。house rent, my clinic rent, and
在美國
utilities.
你開公司沒有賺錢還是要報稅，你知道嗎？
You still have to pay taxes on your properties.
一個月的開支7、8千塊啊！
And when I saw it was $7,000 to
我一天
$8,000,
看2、3個病人而已。
I could only see, 2 to 3 patients a day.
我心想怎麼會這樣子呢？
And I thought to myself, how can it
你
be
看
like
醫
this?
生都是開的好車啊，
All the doctors drive nice
醫
cars.
生都很忙的啊，
They're all busy.
醫生都是病人等他的啊，
It's all patients waiting for their
只有我這個醫
doctors.
生在等病人，
Only me, I'm waiting for the patients.
從一早就在等病人。
So from the morning, I'm waiting for
好不
patients.
容易有一個病人進來，
Finally, a patient will come in.
為了讓下一個不覺得我沒有病人，
And for the sake of having my next patient
我故意
not think I don't have
故意
patients,
看病人看了好久啊，
I would look after my patient for very
就
long.
捨不得讓他出去。
So, and I really didn't want him to leave all of
怎
a
麼等
sudden.
到說我有下一個病人進來的時候，
And, when my next patient would come in,
讓他剛好出去。
then I would let him go.
人家說這個醫生有病人。
To let the patients really think I have
你就
patients.
到餐廳去吃東西的時候，看到沒有人，你就會擔心的。
When you go to a restaurant, you don't see anybody there eating, you get worried.
這個餐廳怎麼都沒人？
How come it's so empty here?
一定有問題。
There's an issue here.
這個醫生如果沒病人，
If this doctor doesn't have any sick patients,
一定有問題。
there's definitely a problem here.
我沒有什麼的資源，
I didn't have much,
我也沒有認識什麼人。
and I didn't have great connections.
人家告訴我，
And other people told me,
如果你當小兒科醫生要有生意，
if you want to be a pediatrician, you
你
need to
要
have a business.
你要拜訪那些婦產科醫生啊，
You need to have connections with other successful
因為當婦產
doctors.
科醫生生小孩子的時候
It's like when you're
，when OB doctor deliver a baby，
when an OBGYN
他
doctor
们
delivers a baby.
跟那個父母說，我幫你介紹一個小兒科醫生。
let me have you get connected with this
然后
pediatrician
小
I
科医
know.
生就到医院检查孩子，
You know, and the pediatrician would come and
就
take
像
a
我
look
现
at
在
the
每天
kid.
早上到医院检查孩子
Just
这
like
样。
now, I go to the hospital
然
and
后这
check
个
on
孩
the
子就回
kids.
到我诊所来成为我的病人。
And that kid can then become my patient later on in their
我
life.
今天还看到我们一个小年轻人是我那时候在医院看的20几
You know,
年。
I took a look at one of my patients. You know, he was a baby when I first saw him as
好
well.
好，那你现在几岁了？
How old are you now?
啊，24岁。那我24年在医院看的。
So 24 years ago, I saw him in the hospital.
You are in medical school, right? 哦，他现在在医学院。
And now he's in the medical school.
不管怎么样，我只好去拜访妇产科医生了，
So I wanted to become a pediatrician.
因为我需要有资源啊。
And I needed to be connected with OBGYN
我
doctors.
就带着名片去拜访妇产科医生。
So I brought my name cards and I gave it to different
因
OBGYN
为妇产科
doctors.
医生都有跟他们已经配合的小儿科医
Because
生
they're。all paired with pediatricians.
我记得好几个好几个妇产科医
I
生
went to many of them.
带我去拜访他们的时候，
And when I visited them,
我说哦，某某医生，我是新来的小儿科医生
I，said, I'm a new pediatrician.
我名片放下去，
Here's my name card.
他连看我都不看一眼了。
You know, they didn't even look at my
哦
face.，
名片放着，名片放着，
Okay, just leave your card.
啊，就这样啊，很挫折啦。
You know, and I just did this way.
没有钱，
No money,
没有资源，
no assets.
想想我有什么？
And I thought to myself, what do I have?
我想我至少一个诚恳的态度，
At least I have a positive attitude.
在一个拼命的精神
You know, in this struggle,
，no fighting。
I have a fighting spirit.
啊，所以我就跟妇产科医生讲说，
So I told the OBGYN
没
doctors,
有关系，你不用找我，不用介绍病人给我。
no worries, you don't have to introduce patients to me.
但是如果半夜，
But if in the middle of the night,
当你们在生孩子的时候，
when you're having a kid being
你
born,
你的小儿科医生不愿意来，
and your pediatricians are not willing to come,
你找我，
you can look for me.
我一定来了。
I'll come.
哦，那时候刚好是冬天这个时候，
And it was during the autumn
我有时候
season.
那时候跟现在不一样，那时候11月已经很冷了。
You know, it was very cold back then in the autumn.
慢慢的半夜的时候就有电话来了，
And soon enough, I had calls in the middle of the night.
那产房的小姐打电话来，
And some secretary would call me,
哦，李医师有某某妇产科医生要生孩子，
Dr. Lee, we have a child being born.
那他的小儿科医生不方便来
The，pediatrician is not willing to come.
你愿不愿意来？
Are you willing to come?
哦，你知道人在饿的时候哈
You，know, when you're hungry,
有一点点的饭啦，
if there's a little bit of food,
人被掀开，噗就
you'll open your blankets and you'll just shoot over there and get it.
马上说没问题，
And I said, no problem.
我马上来。
I'll come immediately.
你就会看到高速公路上面，在很冷的时候，半夜的时候，
You know, it's freezing cold out in the streets.
有一个小儿科医生，
And there's a pediatrician driving
年
his
轻的小儿
car
科医生，
and driving in his little car
飞快的
and
开车
flying
到
over to the hospital,
到医院去，
over to the hospital.
就慢慢的、
And over time,
慢慢的，
over
妇
time,
产科医生知道哦，有一个小儿科医生，
you know, OBGYN doctors started saying, I have a
这个
pediatrician.
人很 desperate，这个
He's
人
very desperate.
一直很中文怎么说？很饥渴或者怎么样，迫切。
He's a desperate man.
厂房的小姐知道，半夜只要找李医生，他一定会来。
A lot of people finally realized there's a pediatrician
所以他
desperate
真
enough
的
to
就
come
经
visit
常半
in
夜
the middle
我
of
都
the night.
到厂房
And
去。
I would often go to the hospital in the middle of the night.
那慢慢的小孩子到我诊所来，
And over time, kids started coming into my clinic.
不仅仅这样子，
And not only this,
每一个小孩子到我诊所来，
every child that came to my clinic,
哦，我的服务都是一流的，
you know, my service was
没有其他
100%.
小儿科医生比得上我的服务的。
No other pediatrician could beat my
我
service.
告诉弟兄姐妹，我们如果要做事情哈，
I'm telling you, if you're going to do something,
你一定要追求卓越，
do it well, do it excellently.
上帝祝福追求卓越的。
Because God pursues excellence.
任何一个生意，
Whatever small business you
任
do,
何一个小病人进来，
whatever sick patient comes
任何
in,
一个父母进来，
whatever parent comes in,
我都尽可能的
with all my ability,
让他们得到满意的服务。
I let them feel fully satisfied.
洛杉矶到现在，
All the way until now,
只有我这个小儿科医生
only me as a pediatrician
24小时接电话的，
will pick up his phone 24 hours a day.
几乎所有的医生
Every other doctor,
一下班之后，
after they're done with work,
电话都转到一个叫语音中心啊，
they have their phone go directly to answer.
啊，你打电话去，
If you call them,
一定有人带医生接的。
you'll have,
然后有事情的时候，他才会找那个医生。
and then they'll direct you to another doctor.
只有我这个医生，
Only me as a doctor.
从一开始到现在，
Since I started till now,
24小时等病人。
24 hours a day, I'm waiting for patients to claims.
我们要做一个追求卓越的人。
What I'm pursuing
因为上帝祝福这样的人。
is excellence because that's what God
所以我拥有的
blesses.
虽然不多，
And even though I don't have enough,
但我有就是拼命的见。
what I do is I keep going.
我不怕吃苦，
And I'm not afraid of experiencing struggle.
我懂得追求卓越。
I keep pursuing
上帝
excellence.
使用一点点的我所有的，
And I just use the little I have
成就了今天的我。
until I become who I am
你
today.
不需要拥有很多的东
You
西，
don't need a lot of
你
stuff.
只要愿意把你所有的一点点、
Just take what little you have.
一点点的能力、
To take the little strength you
一
have.
点点的资源、
Take the little assets that
一
you
点点的
have.
人脉，
The little connections that you
好好的去经营。
and steward it well.
上帝看到你的信心，
And God looks at your faith
上帝就会加添他们。
and He will open the heavens for
不
you.
要轻看任何一个跟你接触的人，
Don't look down on any connections you
我们人
build.
要有远见，
We have to have the right perspective.
我们不要太短视了。
Let's not look down on things.
任何跟你接触的人，
Every person that connects with you,
尽量善待他们。
bless them.
我们不要老是想利用别人，
Don't use them.
我们不要老是想要从别人得到好处。
Don't just take from them.
不管任何人跟你相处，
Whoever connects with you,
如果你的态度是
if your attitude
我有
is,
什么可以帮助他的，
how can I help them?
我有什么可以鼓励他的，
How can I bless them and
我有
encourage
什么
them?
可以成为他祝福的，
How can I be a blessing
你
to
会
them?
建立很好的人际关
You'll
系。
have a good relationship
因
built
为你不知道哪一天，
because you don't know what day will come
上帝使用这个人成为你的祝福。
when God will use those people to be
我
your
深深的
blessing.
相信，每一个上帝带到我们身边的人，
I really believe that each person God's brought into my life,
都有他美好的旨意的。
that each person has a
也许
beautiful
这个人
part in my life.
也许这个人你不认为他可能对你有任何的帮助，
Maybe you think this person might not be of any help to
也许
you.
这个人此刻的他的财力、他的能力远疏于你，
Maybe what their strengths are, what their assets are, don't fit your needs.
那你永远不知道
But maybe you never know.
哪一天上帝使用他们来成为
One
你
day
的祝福。
God will use them to bless you.
珍惜你做着的每一个人，
So, keep precious those that
从
God connects you
从一
with.
点点的人脉开始。
And start with the little that you have.
也许你认识的只是一两个朋友而已，
Maybe you only know a few friends.
好好的经营你们的关系，
Treasure those
看到人
relationships
的优点，
and look at their strengths
纪念他对你的好。
and remember the good things they do.
当你有好的人际关系的时
And
候，
when you have these good
我
relationships,
相信你的人生会充满祝
I
福。
believe that you'll be really
上
blessed.
帝使用我们一点点，
God uses the little that we
你
have
要对你所拥有的有信心。
and have faith in the little that you have.
说牧师啊，我好像没有任何的人脉耶，
Sometimes you think, I don't have enough.
我没有任何人帮助我。
I don't have people helping me.
那是因为你把眼光放在你所缺
That's
乏。
because you look at the lack.
如果你还有健康，
If you have health,
如果你还有家人，
if you have family,
如果你还有对上帝的信心，
if you have faith in God,
我相信上帝会使用你
I
的，
believe God can use
会
you,
翻转情况的。
and overturn
圣
situations.
经里面讲到，
In the Bible it says,
少壮狮子
5 loaves, but if you trust the Lord,
还缺食忍饿，
you will never miss out on anything
寻
good.
求耶和华的，
But they who seek the Lord,
什么好处都不缺。
they will have everything they need.
呀，你会拥有一切你所需要。
You will have everything you need.
也许答案就在你身上。
Maybe the answer is already in your
经
life.
常我们向外面找答案，
Oftentimes we're looking for answers outside.
经常我们希望别人帮助我们完成我们的梦想，
And we're looking for other people to fill our calling.
我们希望有资源来帮助我们解决问题，
We're looking for talented people to answer our
不断的
needs.
向外寻找，
And we're looking east and
我
west.
们忘了看我们所有的。
And we forget to look at what we ourselves have.
当上帝感动你做一件事情的时候，
When God touches you to do something,
当上帝允许一样困难进入你的人生的时候，
when God allows difficulties to come into your
上
life,
帝一定事先有解决的方法，
God definitely has a plan
上帝
in
一
all
定
of
事
that.
先有 问题的答案。
God has an answer for all your
经
issues.
常我们认为方法在外面，
Often we think the solution's out there somewhere.
我们认为答案在别人，
We think the solution's in someone else,
比我们有能力的人，
somebody stronger than us,
比我们有资源的人。
more talented than
因
us.
为我们忘了我们自己可能是问题的答案，
But we forget that, hey, the answer's
我们
right
忘了我
here.
们有能力可以解决我们自己的问题。
We have the strength to
忘
solve our
了
issues.
上帝会使用我们一点点的能力来克服我们的困
God
难，
will use the little that we have to
来
answer
完
our
成我们的
needs
梦想。
and complete our
一个
dreams.
年轻人，
There was a young man,
从他很小的时候，
from when he was little,
他就有一个梦想，
he had a dream.
因为他出生在非常贫穷的环境，
Because he was born in a very poor
他自
place,
己也是有一餐没一餐的。
and he didn't have much
有一
himself.
天，他看到电视上面
And on the TV he saw
有一个节目，
a show,
他在分享
and they were sharing
如何一个月奉献15块钱，
that if you donate $15 a month,
就可以帮助非洲一个孩子1年有食物可以吃。
you could help a child in Africa have food for a whole year.
他非常的感动，
And he was really touched by
因为他
that
知道饥饿的那个痛苦。
because he knows what hunger is.
他心想，这些非洲这些小孩子没有东西吃，
And he thought to himself, all these African kids, they don't have food.
他有一个愿望，
And he had a desire.
他希望帮助这些孩子
He。wanted to help these kids.
他开始问邻居
And so he started asking：“
我
neighbors,
可以帮你割草吗？
can I mow your lawn?”
他捡拾一些空瓶子
And he would get these empty containers,
去卖，一个月拿到15块钱。He
empty.
sell empty bottle。
He would sell empty bottles, and he would get $15 a month.
哎呀，15块钱帮助一个非洲的
And he
几
would
个孩
donate
子
the。money to help the African children.
他经常的祷告是：
And he often prayed,
上帝啊，
God,
我一个人的能力太有限了，
my own strength is just so insufficient.
你怎么不感动那些有钱人啊？
Why don't you influence those that have money?
他们只要一出手就可以帮助成千上万
If
的
they
人。
donated, they could donate thousands of dollars to
那
him.
你知道，上帝经常使用平凡的人
But God often uses those that don't have enough
来成就不平凡的事情。
to do things that are extraordinary.
上帝不一定使用非常有富有的人，
God will often use the
非
ordinary,
常有才干的人，
people that don't have a lot of IQ,
来成就上帝的爱。
to do something extraordinary with his
后
life.
来他高中毕业了，
And he graduated from high school,
在高中暑假的时候，
and in the summertime,
他跟很多医生们到非洲去宣讲，
he went with a lot of doctors to go and share God's love in
他帮
in
他们带了
Africa.
很多药品
And he brought a lot of medicine
呀，以及那个疫苗
and
vaccine
vaccines
到非洲去帮助那些孩
to
子。
go to Africa and help those
他
kids.
每一次看到那些可怜的孩
And
子，
every time he saw these poor children,
看到那些没有饭吃的孩子，
to see the starving
看到
children,
他们因为一点点的疾病就可能致命，
and to see the kids with medical
他就
conditions,
更加的跟神祷告说：“上帝啊，
he had an even greater desire to
求
pray,
你
God,
感动更有能力、更有钱的
God,
人，
please inspire those that have
让他们
strength
奉献来帮助这些
and
非洲的孩
money
子。
to donate to us. ”
上帝仍然没有回应。
And God didn't answer.
后来他终于进入了医学院，
And finally, he went into medical school.
医学院毕业训练之后，他开业了。
After he graduated,
在这中间，他仍然每年定期的带药物跟疫苗到非洲去。
every year he would bring medical supplies and vaccines to Africa.
开业之后，有一些厂商知道他做这样的宣教事工，
After some time, people started to recognize this work that he's doing.
很多药厂说：“哎，我们一些快要过期但还没有过期的药品以及疫苗，
We have these hospitals and doctors would say, we have these medicines and vaccines. They haven't expired yet, but they're about to.
你愿不愿意收集这些，
Are you willing to take it
然后把它带到非洲去
and bring it to these children?”
哦，他说：“我非常愿意。
And he said, yes, of ”
从
course.
那时候开始，
And from that time
他
on,
从一开始好几个箱子，
he would bring many
到后
boxes
来好几个大箱子，
and many
到后来
suitcases.
用货柜车海运过去。
And he would bring truckloads.
长话短说，经过了20年。
After 20 years,
他已经收集了超过20亿美金的药物以及疫苗。
he finally was able to bring over $20 million worth of medicine
他
to
已
these
经
kids.
帮助过超过2亿的非洲的孩子
And。he was able to help more than 2 million children.
就在2年前，
And then 2 years ago,
当他帮助到第2亿第2个亿的那个小孩子的时候，
when he helped the 2 millionth child,
他突然意识到，
he finally realized
上帝使用他，
God used him.
他自己是他跟上帝祷告的答案。
He himself was the answer to his own prayers to
上帝没有
God.
使用那些更有钱的人，
God didn't use those that had more money,
更有能力的人。
that had more assets.
上帝使用一个小孩子，
God used this little child
使用他一点点的心，
and used the little heart that he
一
had
点点的爱心，
to use the love that he
一点
had,
点对人的热情，
the passion that he
一点
had,
点对这个世界的负担，
the burdens that he had.
他的一点点能力跟负担，
And with the little that he had,
加上上帝的能力，
plus God's power,
成就了这个事工。
was able to
如
help.
果你在电视上有看到的话，他这个 program 叫 Feed the Children，Feed the
He has a
Children。
program on TV called Feed the Children.
很多人仍然不断的奉献的。
A lot of people donate to that program now.
不要小看你仅仅有了一点
So
点，
don't look down on the little that you have.
也许你现在碰到困难，
Maybe you have a struggle in life now.
你碰到挫折，
You've experienced an unfair situation.
你寻找别人帮助你，
You want people to help.
上帝愿意使用别人来帮助你，
God's willing to use people to
但是也
help
不要
you.
忘了看看你还拥有什
But
么。
look at the little that you
上
have.
帝也许使用你拥有的一点点，
God wants to use the little you have
让你可以翻转过来。
and turn things around.
过去的一个礼拜，
A week ago,
我接到2个 text message，
I received 2 text messages.
第一个是这样，
The first one said,
一个很久没有见的弟兄，
a long-time acquaintance.
他说李医师，
He said, Dr. Lee,
没有什么重要的事情，
nothing important.
我是要跟你说，嗨，
Just want to tell you hi.
过去的1年
The last year
是我人生非常黑暗的1年。
was my darkest year in life.
我的妈妈，
My mother,
我岳母相继的得到癌症
my
，my
mother-in-law
and my mother，
and my mother both had cancer.
虽然已经治疗稳定了，
And after some treatments, they were
但是
settled,
还有需要很多的治疗。
but they still need a lot of treatments.
我跟我的太太
My wife and I,
健康越来越糟，
our health is declining.
加上我的公司让我非常非常的头痛，
And my job is giving me a big headache.
我真的不知道怎么样过这个年。
And I didn't really know how to live through this year.
最后他写了一段话，
And so he said this one phrase,
他说：“我感觉到
but I felt
有股咒诅在我的身上，
that there was a spirit of cursing over my life.
好像有一个能力在咒诅我的命运一样。
Like there's some kind of power cursing my life.
不然我怎么那么多的问题，
Why would I have so many issues,
那么多的困难，
so many struggles,
我总是挣脱不出来。”
and I couldn't walk out of it?
另外一个 text，
And the other text said,
医师，我想告诉你，牧师，我想告诉你，
Dr. Lee, I want to tell you,
我最近真的心情很低潮。
my heart's been so down recently.
我的前夫瘫痪了 ，ex-husband。
My ex-husband,
现在我们已经离开了，
even though we're divorced,
但是他仍然是孩子的父亲，
but he's still my child's father,
我仍然为他感到难过，
and I still feel bad for him,
我仍然需要照顾他。
and I still need to take care of him.
我每天上班，
Every day I work,
我还要加班，
and I need to take more work,
还要照顾前夫，
and I need to take care of my
还要照顾
ex-husband,
他因为生命所留下来一大堆事情，
and I need to take care of the things that he needs to take care
还
of,
有我2个孩子，
and I still have 2
那
children.
我真的不知道怎么样过下去。
I really don't know how to live this through.
这么多的困难，
There's so many struggles,
我也是为他们感到难过。
and I felt so bad for these 2,
我安慰他们，
and I comforted them
就如同我今天跟大家分享。
like I'm comforting you.
是的，你碰到很多困难，
And I said, yes, you're experiencing
也许
many
你没有这个，没有
difficulties.
那个，
Maybe you don't have this and you don't have
但是
that.
如果你愿意调整你的眼光，
But if you're willing to adjust your focus
看看你还有什么，
and look at what you do have,
你至少还有家人在旁边，
at least you still have family.
你至少还有一个健康的身体，
At least you still have your health.
你至少还有工作，
At least you still have your
你
job.
至少还不至于挨饿。
At least you're still alive.
就把眼光看在你所拥有的，
Look at what you do have
并且因此而相信上帝，
and believe in God
相信上帝使用这些你仅仅
that
剩
He's
下
going
的，
to use the little that you
必
have
定可以翻转你的情况，
to turn around your
必定能够
situation
带领你走出那死荫的幽
and
谷。
take you out of this valley.
必定能够成就上帝美好的命定。
and help you fulfill the plan He
上
has
帝
for
不会
you.
让你成为一个失败者，
God's not going to let you become a
上帝不会
failure.
让你成为一个受害者，
He's not going to let you just become a
上帝
suffering
终将
person.
让你成为一个得胜蒙福
He's
的
going to
人。
help you become victorious.
我这样鼓励他们。
And I encourage them this
我
way.
相信，当我们把眼光放在我们还有的时
I
候，
really believe that if we focus on what we do have,
还有剩下的时候，
what we have
我
left,
们就不至于失去盼望，
we don't lose our
我
hope.
们就不至于沮丧。
We don't become
今天我鼓励我们
depressed.
在座的每一个人，
And I'm telling every friend
也
today,
许你拥有的不多，
maybe you don't have enough.
也许你留下来不多，
Maybe you have very
但是
little.
你把眼光放在你真的还
But
有
if
的，
you focus on what you
你
have,
有健康，
you have your health,
你还可以看得见，
you can still see with your eyes, you can still hear
你
with
还有
your
饭
ears,
吃，
you still have
你还
rice
有衣
to
服可以
eat,
穿，
you still have
你
clothes
还有
to
朋友
wear,
在旁边扶持
you
你，
still have friends supporting
你
you,
还有上帝要祝福你
you，still have this God who's going to
然后
bless
上帝
you,
不离不弃，围
you
绕
still have
着
this Lord who's never going to leave
你。如
you.
果你有这样的信心，
If you have this
这样的
faith
眼光，
and focus on what you
我
have,
宣告，我也相信，
I believe and
上
declare
帝使用你有了一切，
God's going to use what you
你
have
成就他在你身上美好的命定，
to finish His plan for your life,
未来充满盼望，
because you have hope for
你
your
必定走
future.
出困境，
You for sure will walk
你
out
必
of
定
this
经历上帝
valley.
为你预备了丰盛的生命。
You will walk into abundance.
愿神祝我每个人。
God bless everybody here. Let's all stand
好
up.
接着
那些眼睛未曾看过的事情，还有耳朵未曾听过的事，甚至心里还没有想过的事，上帝早已预备给那些爱他的百姓。上帝能够成就一切不可能的事情，亘古至今直到永远，他的大能永不改变。上帝能够成就一切不可能的事情，亘古至今直到永远，他的大能永不变。
那些眼睛未曾看过的事情，还有耳朵未曾听过的事，甚至心里还没有想过的事，上帝早已预备给那些爱他的百姓。上帝能够成就一切不可能的事情，亘古至今直到永远，他的大能永不改变。上帝能够成就一切不可能的事情，亘古至今直到永远，他的大能永不变。上帝能够成就一切不可能的事情，亘古至今直到永远，他的大能永不改变。上帝能够成就一切不可能的事情，亘古至